Well, good evening. Good evening.
Finish up the headbanging just in time.
Salutations. What else? How else do you say? Hola. Tortoise, what the hell are you doing so fast and quick?
Right off the
over there?
rip.
Wow.
5 gifted subs. Thanks, Tortoise.
The other TO, thank you, brother. We appreciate it. 20 degrees here in Connecticut. Winds are blowing still. Feels like 8 or 6 or something. I'm nice and warm in my tent. Well, it didn't start off as warm. I started the propane up about 35 minutes ago, and I think we're up to about 40 right now. So,
Don, where in Connecticut?
along the coastline, halfway between New Haven and Rhode Island, if you know that basic jurisdiction.
I do. I grew up in New Milford, Connecticut, and my dentist was named Izzo.
Oh my goodness! So I used to have family in New Milford, in the Sherman area. Love Route 7. Great POTA parks for anyone looking to come into Connecticut and do some stuff. It's just
Absolutely.
a really cool. New Milford is a very cool section of the state. It really, really is.
My mom and sister are up near Simsbury, Granby, and I want to, next time I drive up, I want to do some activations up there. As a kid, we used to go to Mount Tom State Park, and I want to go activate it just to.
Hell yeah.
Sorry.
No. And Mount
I hear
Tom's
you go
got
off topic here once in a while.
No, oh my God! Listen. What is it? 8:04. Thank you. It's your fault, not mine. So
we're already way off of normal stuff because we're 3 minutes in. You're
already here.
As we went live, and Izzo's already let you talk.
Wow.
So
yeah,
it's usually 30 minutes.
Wait. Let him talk.
I didn't wait for anybody to ask me, really.
Joe Brett, you run the show tonight, though. Joe Brett, then you run the show tonight.
Can't run show and chat at the same time.
You see, yeah, okay. So,
I was gonna say we know how you stay number one chatter.
Yes. Nobody take that crown from me.
Anyway,
but you're welcome to try.
Shane will be here. Shane will be here in a little bit. He has some family obligations. He'll be coming in. But as customary, Jim, we're going to quickly go around the horn, and we'll segue right in. We'll segue right into you. So Joe Brett, what has been going on in your life since the last time we saw you last Tuesday?
Nah, not a whole lot. Same old kind of thing, right? But starting to prepare. Look, the QBF workshops in the chat. You need to be driving home, sir. Starting to prepare. Renee Sixto mentioned in the chat. There's a lot of us, especially here in the South, that places shut down. Like the state was going to shut down. Mississippi will be shut down this weekend. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that, along with parts of Alabama and Tennessee.
Because of weather related?
No, because it's Winter Field Day.
Oh, Winter Field Day. Well, that's a good reason why it's shut the state down.
It's perfect. So I'm probably taking antennas down. I'll wait till probably Thursday evening to decide, because we're riding that very fine line whether we get 3 to 6 inches of snow or we get a whole lot of 500 pounds of ice on the power lines.
And we all want the snow. Absolutely.
Nope.
Why? Come on, your ice. Public Works. I'll bet you your Public Works has at least one plow, right?
In the upstate.
What do you mean in the upstate?
Up near Mo. There's nothing down here by me.
All right, but snow melts. Ice takes longer to melt.
Yes. I know. We can pull up the video from a few years ago where they decided to reopen the bridge before the ice melted.
Yes.
And a sheet of ice went through the hood of a patrol car.
Okay, that's not good.
And the officer called into dispatch, and it's on the radio where he said, "I'm going home to change my shorts." Because the windshield was gone.
I get it.
And,
hey, listen.
And he's like, "Post it. I don't care."
Today, our walking beat officers were put into a vehicle today. That's how cold it was up where I work.
It's 36 here. So,
and the wind chill it was more because of the dead cold, and then you had the wind blowing, which is absolutely ridiculous. We'll always say, is warming, global warming? No.
Ice age.
And we got some potential snow, I think, for. Well, Joe, you're talking about for what? For like, because they're talking about us for potentially Sunday evening for stuff. Joe Brett.
I'm sorry. Did you
He's
say
looking-
something about beating off icers? Ham Radio 2 was may have misunderstood you. I wasn't
Yeah.
listening.
The beat
So-
officers. The beat officers. I'm sorry. Beat officers
Oh.
are those who walk. They walk.
Yeah.
They
The-
walk. They
the foot
community
patrol.
policing kind of a thing. Foot patrol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The poor souls.
But Joe, they're talking, like I said, for us, I think for Sunday evening, which will be on the backside of Winter Field Day for us.
Yes.
Yeah. So but that's the thing, like Steve was saying, like your state is more prepared for this. So let me tell you what Mississippi does. Mississippi's got a couple snow plows they'll run on the interstates or something.
Right.
And they do a decent job, but everywhere else in the state of Mississippi, their bright idea is to get a road grader. Do you know what a road grader is? They used to use them when they had dirt roads, right?
The two-bladed, the machine.
No,
with
it's just
the,
one
with the
big
two-
blade. They may have had some with two blades, but all of ours they only bought one blade.
Okay.
But it'll stretch across the entire dirt road and smooth out. They're wonderful for dirt roads. They're horrible for snow and ice because all they
Why?
do is they take all the snow off the top, all the rough traction stuff off the top, and leave you with nothing but bare ice.
So you don't have
That
the
you
track.
can't see.
If they don't dig into the asphalt first.
They make it worse,
Yeah.
a lot worse.
So it would behoove me if I was to ever visit you. Do not come now, and then spring is tornado season. So we got to find this windows of when
January.
would be
That's
Okay.
about the only safe month in Mississippi.
I was going to say, you can come to South Carolina between June and September. Yeah, it's going to be hot, and we may have a hurricane, but you'll be okay.
So Christmas is a good time because it's always 60, 70 degrees.
There you go.
All right.
But December, January, that's about it.
I think a lot of us do have Winter Field Day on the
Yep.
brain, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's a fun event. I personally like it. It's just a fun event to do whatever you want to do. The rules are I think they're structured just enough then to allow you to do whatever you want to do. And with a lot of different opportunities. Not saying the summer one doesn't either, but it's just something about the winter. I find the winter one to be a little bit more challenging. And I think that's a good thing because we all don't want it to be armchair copy. That's not fun.
No.
That's not fun. But if you, for some reason, need to be armchair copy, it's available for you too. So that's the thing over there. But let's just start talking to Mr. Reed. I think this guy's got like a million. This could be a 5-hour show.
He is the professor in the room.
Yes.
I like the eye test on your background.
Also a 17, 18 year ham. So I've been around a little bit.
Jim, where do you hail? Where does the 4 call sign come from?
I got licensed 17, 18 years ago in Georgia. And last fall, I moved to Florida. So I'm still in Fortland. I'm in just outside of Gainesville.
Gotcha. Okay.
North Central Florida is what they call it.
And every
So-
once in a while, you get your cold weather down there. It's not like you're
Yeah, we've had
Right.
some freezing nights. Last night there's a couple of more due next week that'll get into the 20s. So it's a little rough down here on like the infrastructure because people's wells are not really set up for freezing temperatures, those kind of things. So had some family members who had some pipes just clog up a little bit. I don't want to say they froze and burst or anything, but they had some trouble getting water one morning.
Yep. And when the infrastructure starts going, that's when we all start getting crazy. We see
Oh,
that
yeah.
up here. Yeah, just God forbid up here, and maybe other places, you don't have that thing called the internet for more than a day or two. People lose their minds.
Yeah, he's probably got Starlink.
Because they don't know how to do a board. Go play Monopoly or Shoots and Ladders or whatever. Or go play a deck. Go pull out a deck of cards.
I have some actual paper books somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no,
radio books or
I grew up in Connecticut, went through the storm of 77, 78.
78. Yep. Oh,
I was I was in Maine in '93 when we had snow above my head, more than 6
the
foot
whole
snow drift.
Northeast. Yes,
So
correct.
I've lived the snow life, and I'm not really complaining when it gets down to 28 degrees overnight.
There you go.
Jim, what made you want to get your ham radio license?
Well, I've always been interested in radio. I had thought about getting my pilot's license, but I had some restrictions there that weren't going to allow me to do that. I was collecting old antique radios and went to an antique radio estate sale, walked home with a shortwave radio and the shortwave and started listening to stuff. Up at 4 a.m. while I'm on vacation, listening to rugby from New Zealand, just totally into it. And every time I went to search for something else to listen to, I'd get, hey, get your ham radio license ads and take a practice test now, no code required. This was and so I'm like, no code, all right, I could get into that. Took a practice test and passed the first practice test. So went and picked up the book, finished up. By the time I was done with vacation, I was a tech.
There you go.
And went on from there. But I had a big exposure to it even before that. So I said I lived in Maine. When I lived in Bangor, Maine, I was part of a group that put on the Christmas parade. And I had a bunch of hams call me up one day and said, hey, you want our help with the Christmas parade? We can help you with logistics and along the parade route. I'm like, okay, let's go. And I met them and they were great. And, I probably could have gotten into this in the mid 90s if I thought about it, but it ended up being kind of, I think it was 2007, 2008 when I got my first license.
Okay.
And
coming up in 20 years.
Wow.
But because we're all going to die to know, we're all going to want to know, how do you go from, hey, I just want to get my license, I'm a short, then all of a sudden now you are you are a major player now. If someone hasn't told you, I'm going to tell you, you are major because you are the face of teaching. And we've had some discussions offline and other that, and I have said this and I'll say this again, and I'm being very, very sincere. You are one of the few, there's only 3 people, one of them has passed away, and I have a hard time learning this stuff. I don't have the electronic circuit board stuff, and I don't want to go down that road. This show's not about me, this is about you. But right. When you talk, and I'm not sure if you write out your own lessons or someone's helping or whatever, I have a better chance of understanding it. It may take me 3, 4, 5, but I have a better chance of understanding, even though I still get frustrated. You help me. I don't know if it's just your voice, if it's just
maybe it's a little bit of everything. I mean, I was a broadcaster at one point in time, so I had a chance to be on the radio and.
Well, tell us about that. Was it AM, FM? What did you do? The weather? Did you do sports news?
No, I was disc jockey. I worked at 2 stations in Connecticut. In Danbury, I worked at the combo WLAD, WDAQ. And then I actually worked full-time at WSNG AM 610 Torrington. And I worked there for about 9 months. And I did a little news. I did a little... it's a small station, you had to do everything, but generally I did evening 7 to midnight, and I did some news and some other things like that. So worked at broadcasters. That's what took me to Maine. I worked behind the scenes as in TV programming for about 10 years. So just comfortable around the stuff and don't have a problem. Left there. Ended up in the corporate world doing a lot of presentations and those kind of things. And, if you can explain things to corporate executives, you can probably explain things to people wanting to get their ham radio licenses too.
And I'm just thinking too, because I might be a little bit older than you, but I grew up with AM. AM radio was huge for us.
Yeah. I used to listen to WNBC out of New York.
Same here. And we had a station in Hampton, Connecticut called WELI.
Yep.
And again, we
I know that.
we learned about what basically, because during the day they're going to pump out maybe 100,000, 150,000 watts, and then evening they're going to drop it down considerably. The variety of shows now, as you know, everything changes whether you like it or not. And I don't want to turn this into a bitch session about how all the AM stations are now either religious, talk radio, or sports. It's pretty, but they have lost their community involvement
Yes.
because when there was a school closing, you had, based upon where the first letter of your school, because everything was done alphabetically, you had to wait, and wait, and you'd be crossing your fingers playing like, please, no school day, no school day.
Say New Milford, say New Milford, say New Milford.
Exactly.
Yep.
You would talk to the speaker, you talk to your radio.
Yep.
It's just, and again, it has evolved, and like all of us, we all graduated to FM broadcast stereo. We learned about rock and roll and all this other stuff in various parts of the country. So so you saw a lot of that already. Were you at the tail end? So was the Torrington station sort of like at the end of this before it went a big conglomerate,
Yep, it was bought
feed.
by a couple of guys who wanted to kind of, do the radio station ownership thing, and I worked for them for a few months, and then they started peeling people off, and they eventually sold to one of the stations in Hartford to be a satellite station, or it was some sort of marketing agreement. I never didn't follow up the details.
So how did you get the job working for an FM radio? Because I used to hang out in New Milford at 95.1. I used to hang out with them. The guys in New Haven.
I-95.
I-95 and PLR in New Haven. I used to hang out with these groups, and I had, oh my God, the story. I can't tell some of the stories here. It's just, we'll have to wait. But like, did you walk in? Did you apply for a job? Did they hear you and say, I like that voice, let's get him on the radio?
My first gig, I was willing to work midnight to 6 a.m. Friday night, Saturday morning, and just push the buttons and play the music. There wasn't any talking. But a buddy of mine already worked at the station, so he got me in. He's like, hey, if you're willing to do this. And then I kind of graduated up to be on the air and do those kind of things. So that was part-time, weekends, evenings, when I had time from my full-time job. And then I eventually decided I wanted to go full-time, went up to Torrington to interview, and they did an on-air interview. They took me, sat me down with another guy who was in there, and we did an hour of the swap shop. And it was basically call in and tell us what you online on the air classifieds. Call in and tell us what you wanted to do. And by the way, we got some discount pizza coupons if you call in, that kind of thing. It was an hour under fire. And once I got, I apparently did okay, because I was back a couple of weeks later doing the swap shop on my own full time.
And now there's not a lot of swap shop stations that I'm aware of. I think there's about a half a dozen, maybe, primarily in the South, I think, some out in almost like Midwest. But it's just fun to listen to what people, I got this 12-year-old lawnmower, it's amazing what you can hear what people want to sell.
Yep.
It's almost like going tag sailing. To me, that's how I look at it.
Absolutely. I like to go junking.
There you go. So from there, that's when you went back to Georgia? Is that how that worked? You left Connecticut and went to Georgia?
Left Connecticut. So I left radio, did TV in Connecticut for a while behind the scenes. There was a station consolidation there. So I ended up going to Maine and worked behind the scenes for 3 years, another 2 years in Idaho. Then I met my wife, and she had an opportunity in Wichita, so we moved there, and I worked behind the scenes at the TV station there for a couple of years before I got on with the cable company, who was launching something great called cable internet. And so I joined on as a customer service rep and eventually worked my way to the corporate office.
Okay, look at that.
Yeah.
Small steps, little steps.
Yep.
Joe Brad, what do you got over there? What were you showing?
hitting the wrong darn buttons.
Okay.
I'm doing business stuff on the side.
So at some point while I was retired, while I was on a vacation during my corporate Wonderland days, I went and got my ham license and started putting money into it and buying radios and having a good time. And because of more corporate fun, I ended up with an early retirement package right before COVID hit. So decided I was going to go out on my own and just kind of do things that brought me joy. And I was creating some online videos and traveling to see rocket launches and those kind of things. Made a big long road trip out to the West Coast in 2011 or 2021. Mm-hmm. And when I got back, I saw an ad on Reddit for somebody. They were looking for somebody to write about ham radio. And I was like, well, I've written things before. So I checked it out with them and it turned into be Ham Radio Prep. Behind the scenes, I wrote on the general course first. So they were producing that at the time. So I helped write that. And then I produced and was asked to be in the 2022 technician course. And so did that and been instructor, Professor Jim ever since.
You are definitely the face and the voice of that because it's just amazing. It really is. And other people I know were for the last 2 weeks how we've been lightly promoting you. Locally people were telling me, yeah, man, if it's not you, it was Gordo. People really, did you ever meet Gordo? You ever
I met him in a couple of ham fests and we've said hi to each other. And, I didn't study with his stuff, but he's great. And generally my philosophy on it is if you feel more comfortable studying with Gordo, study with Gordo. If you feel comfortable with me, let's go. If you want a big, thick book that has all the theory, I know where to send you.
That is true. Yeah, that is true.
I feel like a lot of people kind of like us because we're in the middle and have this, we're not just the questions, but we're not the big, thick theory book either. So I think we found a real niche in training people.
So when I got my license in 1989, it was a book, and then it was literally flashcards. We actually made our own flashcards for that. And I remember one time we were studying, we started our flashcards, and all of a sudden we realized it was out of date. We had to make new ones, throw them in the trash, literally, and you start all over. You spend a day or two making flashcards, but we found some people don't learn by flashcards or whatever. Everybody literally learns a different way.
You got to have that mindset that everybody's going to learn differently. And I think luckily for us, we have different ways for people to consume it. And I'm not trying to brag on us, but we've got, it just in our course, you're going to, if you buy our course, you're going to watch a video, read the information, and take a practice test. So that's basically virtual flashcards. So you're listening, you're reading, and you're practicing. And that's a big way for people to kind of get that information in. So, I like to think it's the way I explain it, but I think it's both. I think it's, the way it gets explained and the way people kind of consume their content. I've talked to people like at Hamfest, we always get a bunch of people coming by, and we'll be in Orlando. And last year at Orlando, some guy came by and introduced me to his wife. He says, "This is my wife. She had to listen to you for 18 hours in the car while I played." I kept playing my stuff for my extra exam. And I'm like, "That's great. Nice to meet you. My wife won't listen to me for 18 minutes. So I don't know why you get to listen to me for 18 hours, but thanks."
Well, and the beauty of it all today is not only, again, some people feel more comfortable sitting either in front of a desktop or a laptop. Other people, they want it on their phones. Other people want it on some type of tablet size. This is the wonderful, again, some people want the traditional book. They may have a cassette still out there. I don't know. But that's how a lot of us learn. We learned off the cassette tapes.
Yeah.
But again, it's I think the sincere desire at the end of the day, get your we're everybody's pulling for everybody to get your license.
Exactly.
Yes, it is up to you because once you climb the mountain, yes, now it's going to be up to you. Get hooked up with your local groups and or YouTube. Figure out go down your different roads, but you're not going to fail. I find too many people sometimes they get their they put all this time into stuff, and then I don't hear them on the radio, or they'll tell me that they're microphone shy.
Yeah.
Well, how can I help you break the microphone shyness? We'll do it in steps. We'll do it on, if you live near me, we could do it on 2 meter simplex or whatever. And it just doesn't go sometimes. And I feel bad. I feel bad for those guys who don't have the joy of, working somebody 5 miles away from you or 5,000 miles away from you.
I like to ask that of new hams. I'm like, when I see them at Hamfest, they're like, "Oh, thanks for grabbing the license. What are you doing with it?" "Oh, I haven't done anything with it yet." And sometimes I'll bring an HT to the Hamfest, and I'm like, "Here's a radio. Let's make a contact. Let's get you going right now." And that does break the ice with a few people, so that's good. Hopefully, they continue on and keep going. They just need a little practice.
Yeah. Ben
We
Williams,
would like to take this time to acknowledge Ben Williams for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you.
Way to go, Ben.
And Jim, you and your group of instructors are out there with us. You are a piece of the pizza. You are part of the pizza pie. Because I just see I see Julie is in there. Julie and Vaughn with Pota Power. You have their group getting on the air and promoting. That not only, I mean, it's specific to Pota, but you're still getting on the air. They're having fun. It's very contagious. You have the YouTube group. You have the YouTubers out who are pushing their stuff.
Yeah.
You got the clubs. We're all in this together to have fun.
Absolutely.
Because some people say, "Well, I don't have a lot of money." I'm like, I remember those. I still don't have a lot of money, but either way, you make it work. You figure it out. You borrow something, and then maybe somewhere down the line, if you get that third HT or something, you let someone else borrow. You ham it forward. You figure it out. Don't worry about it. Don't overstress this stuff, because this is not worth getting stressed out with all this crazy stuff of life. Ham radio, in my opinion, should never get stressed out, and I see a lot of guys getting wackadoodle over it. And it's too bad. I mean, to each his own, but I really don't see a need for it. Like today, the band's Solar Winds 900. I mean, every band was, all of the graphs were showing, 20 over 9 and noise level, signal to noise, and full. It was horrible. So go do something else. Do something else, right?
I got an FT8 contact in with, I think, Aruba this morning just to get something in the log. So
you hear that stuff now, and come this weekend again. If the forecast, if it unfolds like the forecast is predicted, this weekend's going to be a great weekend for radio.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be a great week, which just happens to coincide with Winter Field Day, or just guys who don't want to play Winter Field Day and they just want to do something else. Go play radio. Fit it into your schedule. You know what I mean? So,
why not?
But so Jim, let me back up a little bit. What was your first radio? When you got your self-license, what did you get for a radio?
I passed my test at like 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning. And by noon, I was at Ham Radio Outlet in Atlanta shopping for stuff. I dragged my wife along, and we're looking at radios.
Did you have that piece of paper all folded in your pocket and everything saying that you passed?
Oh, yeah. I had it with me.
Yeah.
I met a guy named Brian, and Brian is still a good friend of mine. And we looked at different radios, and I'm like, well, why don't I get a combination radio that's got HF and 2 meter, 70 centimeter? Because I know I'm going to want to do more with it. And we got it narrowed down to the Yaesu 857 or 897. And I turned and looked at my wife, and she's, "What do you think?" And she's like, "Just get the big one. You know you're going to want it anyway." And I'm like, there we go.
That's a good woman. That's a good woman.
857 was my first, or 897 was my first radio. A weird story was I got home, I got it set up, I got on the repeaters. And my very first repeater contact ended up being that somebody who worked in the same building I did that I had never met before.
Wow.
So
Small
he was
world.
just working his way home, and I had the small world thing going.
So today now, go 18 years forward now,
Yep.
from when you got licensed. Do you gravitate a little bit more towards, 2 meters and higher, or do you like something in 6 in the middle? Do you like the HF bands, or what do you kind of?
I am mostly an HF operator.
Okay.
I have a nice array of radios sitting next to me. I can basically do anything from 160 meters to 5 gigahertz. I've got enough radios that will allow me to pretty much do any band in there. I enjoy doing some of the satellite stuff with the ISS, and a couple of other things, but most of my time, if I'm on the air, it's activating a park or just making some HF contacts and doing it that way.
What do you think of POTA?
I love POTA. I think POTA is one of the best things that could have happened to ham radio, because if you think back, for those of you who weren't involved in ham radio before 2016, you go on the band, there's people calling CQ. Sometimes you wanted to talk to them. Sometimes you didn't. Sometimes they wanted to have a 20-minute conversation and you just wanted to check the box and say, oh, good, I talked to somebody from Curacao today. So
hit and run, right.
There was a lot of things spread out here and there. And I think what POTA did was really kind of focus some operating opportunities. Now, there had been things like that before. There was even POTA before. There was the wildlife thing that adopted POTA. Right. There was summits on the air. So there were things out there. And even in my club, we would do a couple of times a year, we would go to a park and set up and operate just to practice. And that was one of the first things that I learned about radio. Was I took that 897 and I learned how to connect a battery to it and, throw an antenna up in a tree and make a contact. So early on, I was interested in activating from parks and portable activations. And I think that's just been reinforced with POTA. I think POTA is a fantastic project. One of the things we're doing, if you follow the Ham Radio Prep and World Radio League YouTube channels, we are in the process of putting out a bunch of videos about POTA. So there have been 2 or 3 out there now. One explains what it is for new hams. One talks about radios. One talks about antennas. Andy's doing a couple on logging from the World Radio League side, so people can understand and get credit for what they're doing. I think POTA is a terrific opportunity because, let's face it, there's not a lot of expectations there. You don't have any requirements on POTA outside of if you're activating, you should put your log in, particularly if you have more contacts than 10. But in general, it's just go play radio. Nobody's making you go activate. Now, some people make a sport of it, right? I know there's a guy named Ken who works with us, and he activates every day. And great, you activate every day. That's what you like. There's Vaughn and Julie, like you mentioned, POTA Power. They go out twice a week. They activate. They do YouTube as well, and that's really cool for them. So it's nice to see everybody doing different things. But I think at the end of the day, POTA can be, a first-time ham should not be shy about setting up in a park and getting involved with POTA. Or, you can look at POTA schedules and, hey, there's somebody activating a park near me. I'm going to go look at what they're doing and checking it out that way. So I think there's opportunities there too. I don't want to say it's winter field day or summer field day every day, but it's a real opportunity to get out and do things and have fun and do something different.
Oh, I will say that. I'll say it. Okay. I'll say it. I do say it. It really, it's your field day. It's your win. You can do whatever you want to do, as well as when you get there, if you meet your goals or if you have some frustrations, you can try something else
Yeah.
And you're still going to have. I've always said, as long as you have, if you don't get killed, man, you're still having fun. There's no such thing as a failure thing. And it's funny because you were talking about. I remember even before the ARRL had that 1 year program for what has now become POTA.
Yep.
Like you spin the VFO up and down. If there was a state contest, a state QSO party going on, you get somebody. You know, again, less activity Monday through Thursday, different times of the year.
Yep.
POTA
keeps things active all year long.
Right. The nets.
You're right. You're good.
We all learned about various nets, whether they were local, regional, or spread out wide. Jim? What do you say to the individual who says POTA is taking up so much spectrum I can't even operate, or we can't even have our net anymore? How would you respond to something like that when an individual makes that statement?
I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there are going to be days when your net's not going to happen because of XYZ anyway. Like today, right?
Right.
Nets are poor because of propagation. There are going to be days when there's contests, and contests are bad for POTA in general because most contests will eat up the band. So there's always going to be something, but I've never been huge on HF nets, but I have, whenever I've tried to find one, it's there. Whenever I'm scanning up and down the band, I hear, the YL net in the afternoon, or 14.300, the maritime net, those kind of things. So they're still out there.
I love e-cars. I love 7.25. I love e-cars. To me, I don't even have to go to the app on my phone or wherever to see where propagation is.
One of my
I can listen. You can listen to where these guys are coming from to get a good, old-fashioned, fairly accurate. What are the bands doing today?
One of my first HF contacts was South Cars.
There you go.
So,
there you go.
Remember that.
Jim, in your opinion, more sad hams now versus when you got licensed or before, or do you think it's kind of relevant? It's you bring more people in, there's always going to be a percentage of.
There's always going to be a percentage. I don't encounter a lot of sad hams, and you would think I would, but and there are a few out there. We posted a video today and somebody commented that I sounded like a 14-year-old. I don't know why, but there's just some people who are sad to be sad. And I kind of let that go by my head. So because of the way I kind of look at things, I don't have a good perspective on now more, if they're more now or earlier. So I think there's always going to be something to complain about, and some of the hams will do that.
Well, listen, we know that from club meetings,
right?
We know that from when you're playing field day in June. I'm sure this coming weekend there's going to be, hey, how come you're not doing it this way? Or we always used to do it this way. How come we're not? Or whatever. Or hey, or you forgot this and you forgot that. I gave you one task to do and you forgot to bring the barrel connector, and now who knows? It's always something, and like you, I just kind of shy away from it. And if I hear it on the radio, I'm spinning the dial. For POTA, I know when someone, I've only had maybe about a half a dozen. I've been doing POTA now for about 6 years now, I think 7 years, and I know all I do when it comes to just exchange your call sign with me. Yeah, I'm gonna log you, but I'm probably gonna move. I will probably move because if you have it, at least this is just how I feel. If you have an established net that's done weekly or daily, that's just the kind of guy I am. I'm not asking for the award. It's just gonna be okay, fine, I'll move, and then I'm just gonna respot myself, and just so be it. This is not about the money maker. This is not. Yeah. This. But
and there's ways to handle those things, right? If you are if you got a net coming up and somebody's POTA on your net, yeah, ask them nicely, right? Hey, got a net coming up at 7. Would you mind moving? And 9 times out of 10, I think that the POTA folks will say yes.
Yep.
If I've had some people be nice, I've had some people be rude, and
right.
It's
all how you say it. Once again, it's all how you say it.
Yep, I don't put a lot of stock in.
Right.
Yep.
So what do you have for radios right now? Tell us, what do you have in that shack behind you right now for radios? Make us drool. What do you got?
Okay. I am in the process of kind of getting this shack squared away. This building, when we bought the house, this building was basically a tool shed, and it was poorly laid out and those kind of things. So I wanted it to be my kind of pretty ham shack and studio. So I have put, drywall and air conditioning, and we ran 100 amp power supply to the building so I could run amps and those kind of things.
Jim, excuse me for 1 minute. Joe Brett, I want you to take a Joe Brett. I'm thinking of you right now. I want you, because Joe Brett is a very similar setup. Minus 100 amps.
Yeah.
And a tin roof.
I got a tin roof too.
You got a tin roof too. There you go.
I think it's more aluminum. I don't think I'm lucky enough to have a tin.
But it's a nice little building. I'm happy with it. I call it my little solitary confinement building to get away from the wife a little bit. Just 14 by 14, as much as I need. As far as radios go, mostly what I'm using is I've got a Flex 6700 and an Elecraft A3.
See, everyone's drooling now. See, everyone's drooling. You say the F word and everyone drools.
Okay. Shane wants a user account.
Username and password.
Yeah, please.
Yep. Jim, please make him happy. I haven't set up to remote into it yet, so I can't even remote into it yet. So we'll get there soon.
Oh, we'll do that after the show.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
We'll get that set up. I got the client installed already, just so you know.
For VHF, UHF, I've got an ICOM 9700. I've got a 705 for POTA. I've got a 905 if I want to do satellite stuff. So, like I said, I really do have 5 gigahertz to 1 megahertz coverage here. So that I'm pretty happy with that. I'm still putting up antennas. You can probably see I got one of the things I set up was this little switchboard here. And where this is behind me used to be a wall air conditioner, and I had him take that piece of crap out.
You don't need AC.
And no, I have
Florida.
I actually have
a wall air conditioner.
I have a mini split. I had him put it in a mini split. So this, where the air conditioner was, is now my pass through for my antennas. I had it fabricated for like $150 at the local aluminum fabricator, and I can pass through my different antennas. I've set up. I got a nice big lot, so I used to just have a little 40-meter rotary on a small tower. Now I've got a north-south 160-meter antenna and an east-west 40-meter antenna, so I can switch around as I need to do that. And this lets me switch between various radios and stuff, so I can do that if I need to. So I really like the way it's coming along. And I think in the next couple of months, as I put in final touches, I'm really going to be happy with it. But that's primarily what I'm doing. I'm doing HF. If I've gotten on the local Gainesville repeaters more than 3 times, I'd be surprised. But I've got the gear to do it.
So let me ask you, you mentioned the 705.
Yeah.
I have one. Many of us have them. Love them.
Yep.
Jim, when you pull out your 705, you turn it on, you start making contacts. You're running anywhere from 1 watt to 10 watts.
Right.
Psychologically, is there a little frustration when the guy doesn't hear you, or you have to put your, now it's a whole different strategy I found to use 10 watts versus having 100 watts or more.
Yeah. I find that it's so if I'm using it to do a POTA activation, I usually don't have a lot of frustration because I'm calling and whoever hears me calls me back. And that's pretty straightforward. If I'm trying to chase people on POTA, and I'm talking sideband here, That's where I might get a little more frustration. And I particularly remember a couple of months ago, I was out doing an activation, and I heard one of my very early Elmers doing a POTA activation at the same time up in Tennessee. And I'm like, I got to get Bill in the log. I got to get KB4KFT in the log. And I kept trying. Couldn't get him. So I was kind of frustrated. But just at the very end, before I was going to pack up, I'm like, I'm going to try one last time. And I was able to break through. So
there you go.
It is a little more challenging, but it's still fun. The challenge is part of the fun. Like right now, I've got the 890 set. I've got the 705, and I've got a G90. And what I've told myself is, and why I bought the 705 was, well, I'm going to go out and do parks, but I'm going to do digital. I'm going to do FT8 in the park, and I can just hook up my bit. Never done it. I've had the radio 2 years. I've never done it.
The greatest excuses or lies, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I still got it. I can still do that if I want. And I've really been doing some more FT8 lately, so I'm a little more comfortable with it than I've been doing it on my desktop station. So I kind of got my chops back, and I'm ready if I want to go out and do it. And who knows? Maybe I'll do it for Winter Field Day.
Are you familiar with every Sunday evening
for Winter Field Day? So maybe JSA call.
JSA call.
The guy last week was adamant.
What's that?
No, for Winter Field Day. Yeah, Winter Field Day is no FT8. That's only you can do everything else but that. Okay.
Well, then I won't do that.
But you can do JSA.
JS8 or PSK31.
Right.
RIDI.
I love
CW, whatever.
Alicia.
PSK31.
LP Kit. Hellscriber.
Yeah.
Jim, are you familiar with every Sunday, weekly Sunday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is the QRP sideband challenge?
I wasn't familiar with that. That's cool.
Our buddy Kevin, K0KLB, and Steve Garrison, K4 or KO4. Help me out, Steve. Oh my God! If Steve is here, he's going to hit me upside the head. I apologize.
I thought Steve was eating something. He was hiding behind his mic.
Kevin is in Iowa. He's a farmer.
Okay.
This man has loaded up corn to silos to fence to the German Shepherd to the John Deere, you name it, and he has fun. So he started this, and it's called "How Low Can You Go?" Thank you, Wills. Kilo Oscar 4 Golf Sierra Mike. They are in cahoots with each other. We love it. You pop in, you can follow it on YouTube. They have the live logging there going on. It is fun based upon band conditions at that particular time. It's always 99% of the time it is here. It is on 20 meters. And I start off at 10 watts. My goal, I want 1 watt or less. I want 1 watt or less. And what antenna am I going to use today? Am I going to use my DX Commander? Am I going to use my Reliance? Whatever. And just kind of, and I think at least for me, it has really helped me understand propagation. You have 240-meter antennas. I have the poor man's way of I'm gonna move my antenna. I'm just gonna swing it in a different direction. Maybe you'll peak up on receive. But it's really a fun way, especially when Kevin in Iowa will say, "Yeah, I heard you loud and clear on a half a watt." Oh. The vibes that go, the energy that goes through you like a little kid is absolutely incredible. To think about, here we are in 2026, we're doing something maybe primitive. Well, Steve has the beat.
He has 100 and I thought Kevin, doesn't he have 160-meter full wave?
That he's listening on?
I think he has a full wave. It's like the whole field has a wire.
Well, yeah. Well, he had like 500 or 600 feet, I think, at time, almost like a beverage.
I mean,
so no wonder he could hear a mouse fart at a quarter watt.
But still, to someone to say it's just a fence. Yeah, he's loading up the electric fence to keep the cows inside.
He's got a video on it. He actually
I know. He actually built.
It's crazy. Yeah. Anyway,
but it's still cool. It's still cool when someone says, "I heard you. I heard you on a half."
I got him at 0%. I got him at 0% power on the 7300.
Which is what is that like a tenth of a watt or something? Maybe.
Who knows? It was on his channel for a little while, but you could just barely make out. But you could hear me, but you could just barely make out what I was saying. Hi, Jim. I'm sorry. I need
to play more like that.
I'm Shane.
Oh, Jim, say hi to Shane.
Yeah.
Hi,
Sorry,
Shane.
Jim. Sorry, Jim. I was late.
No
I was
problem.
tardy to the party. I like the call sign N4BFR. Is that stand for biannual flight review? Because I heard you wanted to be.
It does not.
Oh, okay. I got my hopes.
It stands for Big Fun Radio.
There we go.
Big Fun Radio.
No, it's BFR is my dad's initials.
Very cool.
Okay.
Couldn't get mine. Got dad's.
There you go.
I have my K5QBF is my granddad's call sign that he got in '58.
Great.
And I have the original call book that it was, because you used to have to wait and get a book that was published in the
big phone book. The big phone book
to see what your call sign was.
Yes, that's right. I remember
on
that.
my QRZ page, I've got a picture of the book, and I have a picture of the entry where it gave his call sign. So
I remember my grandfather getting mad. We don't need this. What's this CD-ROM stuff? I want the book. He wanted a book. Again, this is the guy who went back from 1933, so it is. Jim, any family members in the hobby or close to radio, broadcast, shortwave, anything? Any relatives?
One of my grandfathers was a shortwave listener for a while. I remember seeing the gear, but we couldn't confirm that he'd ever been a ham. My dad was a boater, so he did some, radio with that stuff because he was with the Coast Guard Auxiliary and stuff. So he did some radio ops there. And CB. So back in the day, Dad was KZL 1044, and let me sit in his old Mercury and listen to the CB and keep myself entertained.
There you go. Yeah. And maybe every once in a while I have to take your ears and do this.
How close
he said what? Yeah.
What?
Well, have you guys, I heard a little bit of mention about ham radio prep, but if y'all kind of went through ham radio prep and
no, I was
I figured you were waiting for me.
No, take it. No, take it. Cause I was going to slide into world radio. So go ahead. Take it.
Look at this. Steve throwing out that discount code.
Ooh, coupon code.
Look at you. Uh-huh.
There you go.
Why not?
So anyway, I'll introduce myself, Jim. My name is Shane. I'm
Hi, Shane.
One of the guys here, and I've been a fan of you guys for quite some time. And I do a event every year. Is this our third or fourth year doing it? Because I don't remember if we did it the first year or not.
Third.
The third year. So we do it's called Extra by April.
Okay.
And the point of it is everyone signs up in January, sometimes they sign up in April, but most of the time they sign up in January. And the idea behind it is just to go to the next level. So if you've been thinking about getting your technician, if you've been thinking about getting your general, if you've been thinking about getting your extra, or if you've been thinking about doing a clean sweep, well, this provides an avenue. We have tons of people in Discord. We have 20 that have signed up so far that have said they're either getting their technician, their general. One's going for their general and their extra. Let me pull this up right quick. The form is pinned to the top of the chat, but let me. And every time I mention this, everyone keeps asking me, well, how do I study for it? How do I study for it? And then when Izzo said that he had talked to you, I was like, I can't think of a better opportunity to talk about, one, the event that we do every year, and two, a fantastic new, you guys are what, 3-4 years now?
Yeah.
With Ham Radio Prep?
So Ham Radio Prep has been along for going on almost 10 years. James, literally, like the first Ham Radio Prep course was basically something he made out of PowerPoint and put online. I've been with Ham Radio Prep since the end of 2021, and I've been the instructor since 2022.
Hey Jim, let me just stop you for a minute because we just had a guy in the chat there.
Yeah.
Bring it back up here. Congratulations to Kilo Charlie 9 Zulu Mike Alpha. He used to prep,
there we go.
and he went and he got the extra. So congratulations there.
There you go.
Exactly.
Welcome to the extra party. Glad to have you along.
It's the best party. Extra is the best party. You don't have to look at the band plan anymore.
Yeah, they're not they don't have to take another damn test. So
You don't have to take another test. That's right.
yeah,
That's it.
I think that's good.
But
So,
you guys
yeah,
have
so
kind of
hammering
done
the impression-
a different spin on the whole thing. 'Cause it was Gordo's books. I heard him talking about it. And then you have hamstudy.org. That's just a platform. But you guys have actually gone to the next level, kind of like some of the aviation did, where you produce an entire produced content to help people study. And I thought that was fantastic.
Yep. We produce a course, and we have just started producing the new technician course that will debut. We'll publish it sometime in May, but it's for the new question pool that starts July 1st. So we are doing this from the ground up, and we will be creating 25 new videos to cover all the questions in the course. There's 409 this time. So
wow.
we'll cover all 409 questions, and we'll explain the concepts and help people work their way through it. And they'll have the ability to watch videos, take practice tests, take quizzes, read the content. The other thing is, since we have been like in this heavy production mode for the last 4 years, we've got a lot of other content that we can use. So, 4 years ago when I wrote the technician course, I could say, well, you make a simplex contact and, it'll be great. Now we've got the video where you can say, here's James and I making a simplex contact. And we're going to be able to show people more because of all the feedback we get, that's probably the biggest one. It's, hey, I learned how to pass the test, but how do I actually do things? So we're trying to integrate that a little bit more, but balance the length of the course too, right? So, we're kind of a compact course right now, and we don't want to be too long, but we don't want to be just the answers either. So
Absolutely.
we're taking a lot of time right now, and we've been going through this the last 2 or 3 weeks, exactly where that line is, and be able to explain to folks how much time we're gonna need to spend. So it's intriguing little mental challenge to try and figure out how to optimize this for people.
Do you find that to be really challenging? Because I'm not saying you have to rewrite everything, but you have to really take a step back and maybe how can we explain it maybe a little differently? I do like being able to show more. I wish more hams on YouTube when they're at a Poda Park. I appreciate the context. I appreciate you, but you don't spend more. If you would just spend more, and I don't know if it's because you don't have someone holding the camera for you, if it's an operational thing behind the scenes, but you're not. Some hams do not show the process of getting that thing literally clipped to the mast, getting it up there, running this, running that. Some guys do it, and they do a great job at it. But I think some more so don't. And right away, it's boom, I'm sitting on the picnic table making contacts. That's great and dandy, but
we've been trying to fill that gap in and with our YouTube content, and we've got more coming in the next between now and Orlando. We should have 3 or 4 more videos and our YouTube content to do just that. But yeah, it's always the challenge, right? How long do you want to make that video? How long will people pay attention to a video about POTA antennas? And, ours ended up being like 24, 26 minutes. Is that too long? Should we have shortened it? You never know for sure, but these are the kind of things that we try.
Well, how about your study material? But okay, so when you produce a video, is there a certain sweet spot? We know we don't want to go over 6 minutes of me teaching. Is there any kind of parameter, or does it based upon
last 6 minutes? I'm sorry.
We're trying to keep it around that length, and that's the conversation that we're having right now. So if I look at the list of our 2022 technician course, the videos are 4 to 7 minutes basically, but we have that 400 question pool to cover, and we got to get every question in. Right. So how do we balance that? Maybe go a little longer, maybe say, all right, if this was a 4-minute video, could it be a 5-minute video? And we'll take the extra 45 seconds to explain 1 or 2 more concepts. But ultimately, we're about keeping it compact and focusing on getting people through the questions in the course. And we have other options as we go forward. So we call them our advanced operating courses. If once you get your license, if you want to do POTA, we got, we're developing a course for you right now. If you want to do HF, we got a course. If you want to do MCOM, we got a course. If you want to do satellites, we got a course.
I like
that. We're not trying to, boil the ocean with these, but it's all from the perspective of, this is something new I'm interested in. How do I get started?
Yeah.
Now let me ask you:
without the opinions that you get with a lot of YouTube channels?
Okay.
All right, Jim. The big question then is this: is the extra material the hardest to keep? What you just said, in anywhere from the 4 to maybe 6 minute plus all other, is that because it's a very detailed deep dive in certification? Is that a harder one for you guys to do?
So extra lessons in the extra course are a little bit longer, and there's more of them.
Right.
So
obviously, right.
Because there's 50 questions on the exam out of a pool of 600 and something. I forget off the top of my head, but so there's more questions, and they're more detailed. It's explaining more detailed concepts.
Right.
Now, sometimes we do things like when it comes to trigonometry type things and deep algebra to do calculations for Smith charts, we'll say, this is more, we can't spend the time to teach you trigonometry so you can do the math to learn on a Smith chart. Here's the answers. And here's the resources if you want to go off and learn more about it. So we do have to make those kind of trade-offs from time to time, but in general, we're able to explain things in a sentence or two so people get the context of it versus just seeing a question, on the exam that says, which of these bands are technicians allowed to talk on 10 meters? Is it 28 to 28.1.5? Is it blah, blah, blah? So we explain to people about band plans and those kind of things so they understand why they're kind of put into that piece. I see JLTA 320 is asking, do we have a course for digital? Not yet. We've talked about that, but we have not done a deep dive into a digital course yet.
All right, let me ask you a personal question. This is a Jim question. Yep. And if you can't answer it because there could be a conflict to your affiliations, we respect it.
James is cool.
Yeah, he is. Right now, Jim.
Yes.
If you had the hand of God, as they say, should current technicians have more operating or a spectrum?
Like on HF?
Yes.
Yeah, on HF bands, yes.
Give them 12 or 15.
Yeah, I might go down to 12 or 15 meters. If they want to learn CW, they have more spectrum. So
correct. Yes. Absolutely.
Right.
That is true. But for the guy who says, and we hear it again, it's almost like, what's better, Chevy, Ford, or Toyota, or Dodge? I mean, opinions are like noses. We're all going to have one. But I was just curious if you really felt that we've just come to a time now. Let's just give them a little bit more, and would it be a bigger carrot for that horse? And now he's going to this individual's really going to want to take their general. And then potentially,
that's the same as why do we still test over SSTV so in depth in the extra course? Mm-hmm. Like there's so much SSTV content in there, and I was like, I haven't seen an actual rig that you could do SSTV with off the shelf. It would have to be something that you would buy that was made years ago.
You mean amateur TV?
Yeah. Amateur TV.
Sorry. Amateur TV, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a bit of it.
The 905 will do it.
The 905
will do some of that. But you have to have the equipment to do it, to get it to the 905 to transmit. Yeah. Which is. And
I got the 905. I haven't tried that.
See, even the professor says.
Rumor has it that somebody's going to live stream a specific activation with a 905 at Huntsville.
Great.
Oh, nice.
I'd love to see that.
So this might be a little small for everyone watching, but we
It is.
A
have
little bit.
we have 0 signed up. Let me see if I get in.
Quite a blur.
Sorry.
Come on, make it big, baby.
Oh, come on.
That's what she said.
Hey, man, this thing doesn't zoom very much.
Somebody
I
asked
thought-
in the chat while you're zooming.
Anyway.
Somebody asked in the chat if we had a APRS course. We do not. We touch on it a little bit. We have a course called Ham Radio Basics. That's like, I got my license now. What kind of course? So to wet your whistle on other things. We touch on it a little bit in there.
There you go.
There you go.
I think KAMRD ought to teach the APRS course.
Oh, Lord.
So we have 4 people signed up that are going for their general. We have 17 going for
Awesome.
extra, and we have 1 that is signed up for a clean sweep. So I'm looking.
Oh,
All
I'm
right.
looking forward to that.
That
Go
sounds
clean sweep. Yeah.
exactly.
You know,
and
extra.
the
Extra's
test sessions are posted.
extra's a good level to have. It's definitely challenging. At least it was for me.
You see, Jim? Did you ever meet him, Jim?
Glasses
Do you know
missed.
Mike? Do you know Mike KMRD?
I probably do.
You've had to have met him. He goes to all.
He's
the,
a great
all the
guy.
hunts fe-
We
all
we
the
have some
ham
colorful.
fests.
He's a
community
great
here.
guy. He's a great guy.
Nothing wrong with being colorful. My biggest tip for extra is it's all, expect to learn a new language when it comes to electronics. And if you come into it from that perspective a little bit, I think
Yeah.
that's going to help.
It's challenging, and it should be. I think, honestly.
Yeah. It's
Um,
you definitely earn it. I have a lot of respect for people who have gone and done their extra.
Yeah. We're trying. We're coaching Izzo. Izzo is going to
Don't
finally
go there.
get
Don't
his
go
extra.
there. No, don't go there.
He's going to do it, and I'm going to make him a plaque that has got his extra certificate on it, and I'm going to hand deliver it to him in Connecticut. So we're going to get
great.
Izzo his extra this year. I have so much faith in him. So does everybody in the chat.
But I don't. See, I don't have my own.
You can do it,
it's
Waterboy.
no,
You can do it.
No, it's just a frustrating. It's listen, the rules like about back at 5:00. I had nothing to do for about 30 minutes. So I pulled up the app on my phone, passed the quiz, 100%. Those are the easy ones to me. Those are easy. The rules, this and that, notifying the FAA, this and that, 60-meter questions. I get it. When we go into that deep dive of the oscilloscopes and the Smith charts and all this electronic circuitry, that's where again I have to do something psychologically with myself, either that or else I'm just going to have to get someone's just going to have to just keep on punching me in the head and say shut up.
I will say, Izzo, honestly, and I'm being honest here, there are portions of that I could not wrap my head around.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't. So how do you do that? How do you
memorize
but-
the answers? And
but
then I'll
there
go back afterwards and take a deep dive because now I'm not under pressure anymore.
Mhm.
So now you're under pressure, and there's a psychological piece for that. So
Repetition.
and you get free F1 tickets. Also,
I know. Oh my
Wow.
God. I know.
my brother is that's my brother in the chat. He's a marshal
Yeah.
for Formula.
Yeah,
One.
they also want to give me some barbecue potato chips. That's just not going to work. Pal.
I saw that question. It's like, we're going to ask Jim today if he likes barbecue potato chips. So.
Yeah, we're going.
coming.
We're not.
It's
Let's. It's
coming.
coming.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Let's not
No
get ahead
skipping
of
ahead.
ourselves.
I'm not
Yeah,
jumping
get
ahead.
skipping. Yeah.
And sorry, Jim, if I know we're over an hour, and I'm not sure how long you have with us tonight, but I appreciate you being here, and I'm sorry I'm late.
I got no place to go.
Awesome.
If you, oh my
So-
God, he's going to hang out 2 hours with us.
Right?
You're going to need some Pepto Bismol and some brioche later. I think when you're, or maybe,
I
maybe
just texted my wife and told her we're still going. So he's like,
No,
there you
tune
go.
in. She can comment in the chat if she likes.
yeah, or bring her on, stream here. Bring her on stream if she wants.
Has
Yeah.
she's in the house smoking. She's fine.
Yeah,
There
bring
you
her
go.
on.
any
Yeah.
of you guys noticed his little billboard on the wall back
Absolutely. It says Hello Ham Radio Clubhouse.
there? Yeah, how about that?
Other side.
Welcome.
There we go.
It's over your right shoulder.
There
There
we
you
go.
go.
I
When
always
he was
forget
a
what I
little
wanna-
square
what I wanna
like
point
us,
to.
So
I
that's
pointed out I like the eye test, but I failed it because I just now seen that.
Just had to make him a little bigger.
Very good, Joe.
Jim, so when someone's going through a course, is it built in to where it shows like what they're struggling with versus what they're acing? Do you guys cater when they take a practice test or a study session and the system is sending them questions? Is it catered to how well they're doing overall, and it gives them the things that they're struggling on more versus the things that they are acing? That's cool.
Yes. So the practice tests are learning that.
So use me as the example. Is there an ISO algorithm there somewhere that says, "All right, there's ISO. Let's start throwing some stuff at him, and let's just kind of get him going."
So as you take practice tests, you will go through, and it will keep track of your score, and it will tell you, "Hey, ISO, you suck at Smith charts. Go read some more." I mean, it won't say it in that many words, but that's basically
the Shane version. That's
basically what it'll say. That's the clubhouse version.
Hey, dummy, you big dummy.
That's cool because I didn't use I used ham study and one for my last one, but that was one thing that I appreciated, and I know most of you guys are doing kind of the same thing, but I appreciate the system knowing where I'm struggling because I often forget where I'm struggling, and it will send me more of those questions to let me know, hey, let's cover this to get that aptitude up to the rhythm. Exactly.
Yes. So
good.
So when you subscribe, there's a piece called most difficult questions. So it'll score your practice test and it will help you. You can go into that tab and it will tell you, here's the questions you're struggling with so you can practice on them more.
Oh, very cool.
And that's in all 3 license exams.
Okay, good.
So when you guys do if someone were to buy a class from you guys, do you sell them as technician general extra? Is there like bundles kind of? How's that packaged up?
You can buy them individually or you can buy bundles. We've got
Is it more economical to buy the bundle or to buy them individually?
It is more economical to buy the bundle. If you buy the technician by itself, I'm looking because I'm not the one that does the pricing.
Right.
So if you buy the technician by itself, it's $35.
Okay.
The general by itself is $35, but if you buy the combination of tech general, you're only paying $55. So you're saving $15.
Okay.
Add the extra, you can get the extra, you get all 3 for $79.
Okay.
And that's what a lot of people do. They'll come in and say, you know what, for basically double the price of the technician course, I'm going to get all 3 because I'll have them. And the thing that I like, and this is a James policy, this isn't anything I've influenced, but I really like it, is you get that course for life. So when the technician 2022 turns to technician 2026 because the questions change in July, you get 2026. Whether you're finished with it or not, you can come back and go through and try the new course and see and learn things, or you can use it as a reference tool. If you want to come back and say, hey, I remember seeing something about HF and 10 meters and what I could do. You could go into the course and look at that again anytime you want. So it's a nice little reference tool, and you're never kind of pushed to go to the next level. You're never pushed really to resubscribe because something has expired, which I think is pretty cool.
So it's $79 and it's there for life.
$79 you get all three of the license courses for life.
Beer Snack's gonna like this, but I'm gonna give away one of those tonight. So just saying, Beer Snack, get ready because I'm giving away an all access pass to the
all right
to ham.
I love
ham
it.
prep.
Nice.
See, Jim, we like to see.
That's all right. We can use my discount code on top of that.
Yeah.
Well, Jim,
I was going to ask you, can I, if we were to buy this for someone, can we do like a gift certificate, or how would we give this to someone?
We have gift cards.
Perfect.
And you can use Steve's.
Does Steve get a kickback on that? I'd like to know.
I'm sorry?
Does Steve get a kickback on that? I'd like to know.
Steve?
Look at that smile. Look at that.
I think I
smile
do.
on Steve's face.
I haven't received a check yet. So
Oh, okay. Because there's no one's bought anything.
We have a partnership program where if you're one of our partners,
Awesome.
you are allowed to give discounts and you get a % of the sales.
Oh, that's awesome.
See,
I like
you see,
transparency.
Jim, we also have a partnership program with our treasurer, who's also part of the clubhouse. But the only difference is we just kind of do, and then we just send them the bill.
we tell him and then ask for forgiveness.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
it's funny with his in our private Discord, and just like 45 Auto says, his BP just spikes, and it's funny.
Exactly.
Yep.
You also get if you're a partner with us, that also puts you as a partner with World Radio League. So if people sign up for our logger, you would get your partnership discount and some commission on that as well.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love when the chat tells me that my mic is a couple dB quieter than everybody else.
So the question is,
Okay.
are we going to do the bro thing when we give away an all access and use KO4FL discount code?
Of course we are. We're going to help a buddy out. And then hopefully we'll get our application in to be a partner so that next year for Extra by April, we can offer this as a discount to people who want to
That's a
do
good
Extra
idea.
by April.
I don't think
that'd
Steve
be
likes that idea.
fantastic. Well, Steve
No,
can
it's
just
fine.
get happy with it. He ain't got a choice.
We'll still throw Steve. We'll give him a T-shirt or something. We'll give him,
I'll send him a koozie.
Shane, make him a
Another one.
koozie.
Yeah, I'll send him into the koozie.
If you reach out to our partnership team, they can usually flip it around in the next couple of days. So we could probably get you going for this year if you need to.
Oh, perfect. I'll tell Andy all right. Andy's been on here a couple times with the
Yep.
World Radio League.
Let me tell you
So
something.
glad-
Andy
glad to
really,
glad to
Andy
get you
rocked
guys
our
come over.
shows. Let me
He
tell you
did.
something.
He does a
Andy
great job.
really rocked our shows with this. I got this thing to show you guys, and it was like,
Mhm.
wow,
Mhm.
It's been a lot of fun doing that. So we started that. I looked the other day. It's been more than 3 years since we started, and I say we, mostly James, but he's, it was one of those conversations like, hey, if we were going to do a logger, what do you want to see in it? So I got to give early contributions and be an early
There you
beta
go.
tester and those kind of things. But I don't do a lot with the World Radio League outside of, we're on joint calls and I hear what's going on and those kind of things. I might help promote Winterfield Day, or we may do, like when we're doing this POTA course, we do some, cross promotions and those kind of things. But mostly kind of Andy's silo is World Radio League stuff, and my silo is the ham radio preps and licensing stuff.
Nice.
All right, so I'm going to throw this in the chat so we can start collecting entries. And I apologize for anyone who left the show early, who didn't know that we were going to give away an all access to the to ham radio prep. So sorry, but let me throw this
Not
up
sorry.
here. Let me share this.
Well, they can still log back on. The show's not
Yeah,
over.
someone text your friends
right.
and tell them if you left, they're doing the clubhouse is doing a giveaway. All right, I'm not going to ask for opinions. Here's a keyword: April or bust. Put that in the
Oh,
chat.
There you go.
Oh, I love it.
April or bust.
Nice.
We want to get as many people either in the hobby, move further into the hobby. We want to be the avenue for that, and I think it's great. The first year, Josh was behind us over at Crash Course, and this year it's been a great drive. 2.0 has been behind us, and we did a show with him.
Great.
Talking about Extra by April, but that's kind of like for me, this is kind of my thing for the first part of the year is running this, and
This is
I won't tell people out loud, but if you sign up, there's a drawing.
I don't have the stats to say how many people pass which course when, but it feels like kind of, all right, your winter, you're going to be inside for a little while. Good time to buckle down and study and work on extra. So I feel like it's, a good New Year's resolution, go work on something. And then by April, you're ready when the QSO parties really start up.
Exactly.
And field days coming up and those kind of things. So I like it.
We also do testing the last Monday
Fourth Monday of every month.
The fourth Monday of every month, we host a testing session. And if you're a VE and you would like to come join us, you're more than welcome. You can reach out. You can reach us on Discord or whatever, and you're more than welcome to come VE some of our stuff. We have a lot of fun. Steve's with Glarg, and so we do the online stuff, the online testing for that through Exam Tools.
I am not in Glarg, but I'm in a couple of other VE groups, and I'm definitely interested. So
we can fix that.
There's not a lot of VE stuff here in my area, so I'm kind of jonesing a little bit because I used to go every in Atlanta. We did second Sunday, and it was great, and I did it for 7 or 8 years, and I'm missing it a little bit.
There you go.
That's one thing that was cool. When I scheduled my exam to do my extra, and I logged into the session, and there were like 25 people in there that were wanting to be my session, and I was like, "How do I say who does what? I'm just here to take a test." And now I'm going to be embarrassed by 25 of my friends. So your VEs will be people that you're familiar with. So we want to provide something that is calm, chill. We're all your friends. We're champions for you. We want you to pass.
Do you play soft music in the background? Are there bath
I wish
salts?
I could. I mean, if Steve would let me, I probably would.
And our buddy Ham Radio Nomad passed his extra last night.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Good deal.
Nice.
When I VE, people would walk into the session, and I was generally the guy who would sit them down and, explain the rules to them. That was my role. And it got to be like one person a month would go, "Hey, you're that guy." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm that guy.
I'm that guy."
Yep. They got me.
That's awesome. I can't believe we have 117 people watching and only 45 people that want to get all access Tech General Extra. Damn Radio Prep. Come on, guys.
Hey, Jim, got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So we started off with testing, going to an FCC office.
Yes.
We're talking a lot. This is before I was a little kid, but a majority of hams would go to an FCC office.
Right.
Take it like my grandfather was. You take the train in. If
uphill in the snow both ways.
Right. And if you didn't pass, the train ride was a very quiet ride home. Right. But when you did pass, it was good. Then the VEC program started, where you physically went to a location, did it. Now we're doing online. What is there a next step? Do you think is it going to be AI? Do you think, or do you think any thoughts on that, or is it too early to tell? Oh, did I stump him?
Yeah,
I think there's going to be some learning engines that are built out of AI that might help in some of the practice pieces.
I think that's probably the biggest thing you're going to see. We're talking about that a little bit right now.
Don't give away all your secrets. We're still live.
Yeah.
But I mean, I see AI as a writing partner for me to a certain extent. I can say,
I think it sounds so good on my emails at work.
it won't write the whole, it doesn't write the whole course, but I can have it look at a draft I've done and say, is this the right flow? Should I move things up and down? Are there things that I need to explain out a little bit more that I know natively, but maybe people wouldn't, those kind of things. So it's a nice set of eyeballs over my shoulder. I wouldn't quite go so far as to call it an editor, but just a something that can help put a different set of eyes on it. So that's good.
I work for a certain airline as I cover this up, and I work in technology, and I've been experimenting with feeding an AI one of my features. So I write features for different pieces that I'm trying to do in software development. Okay. And I ask the AI, what sort of edge case tests should I do? Because I can write test cases all day long for the core piece of functionality. But more times than not, the AI has said you should test this as an edge case. And I'm like, I never would have thought of that.
Yep.
and that's been very helpful in producing more quality software release based off of testing, because it comes up with things that I just wouldn't have thought about.
Yeah.
And I feed it the pilot's contract, I feed it the feature itself, I feed it each feature that I write. I have a Teams chat that we talk about that feature. I take all that information and I save it as a PDF and I put that in there as part of its library, and it just goes through all that stuff that we've talked about and analyzes it and spits out like 5 or 6 test cases that I wouldn't even have dreamed about doing. And I love that.
I've always used a tool that helps, whether it's AI or something else, that does like grammar and flow analysis, because we want to explain these like it's a 5th grader or a 6th grader. We don't want to go super techie on people. So however you could do that to get the most people understanding, I think is benefit. And
right, I agree.
So we're at 57. At 60, I'm going to hit the button. So if you have another account, or if you haven't signed up for it,
wait, can
I think what you were trying to say earlier, Shane, about April or bust, extra by April. At the end of this, those that sign up and successfully achieve their goal or exceed it, there's a little celebration that goes with it. So yeah,
there is. There's also.
Are you doing something at Hamvention?
There's I won't be at Hamvention. We'll be at Huntsville though.
Huntsville's good.
There's I don't know. I mean, we gave away a 710 field on Jason's stream, so I'm thinking.
Does Beer Snack know about this?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
He
never does.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wait, we gave away another one?
Maybe an HF rig, maybe a 7300 Mark II. I mean, I can't. I don't know if anyone's mentioned it, but everybody that has green in their text over in the chat, those are our channel supporters. They're the ones that make everything possible.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Whether you watch an ad, you're also a supporter. Whether you subscribe to us monthly and your name's in green, whatever level, from 99 cents up to, I can't remember what the top end is. We thank you. We appreciate you being here. There's last time I looked, there's a little over 150 people who are contributing monthly to this train wreck, and it's events like this, and
we had 10 more added tonight.
Awesome. And it's
look at there is a
there he is.
There he is.
Hey, Kevin.
Yep.
We were just talking about you. Your ears
just
are
talking
burning.
about you. That's right. Those ears of corn of yours were all wiggling.
But I wanna make sure that everybody understands that this is why
Bob's here.
This is why we do stuff like this. Is we want to give back. We want to give away stuff. But even if you're struggling to pay the $10 to take your test, reach out to us, man.
Yeah, really, reach out, please.
150, 200 people that support us. I'd be more than happy to take care of your test exam.
Let me throw
takes.
something else out as well.
Yeah.
If there's people who are listening who want to get into ham radio and are struggling to pay for a course, we do have a scholarship program
even
for
better.
needy people. So if you go to hamradioprep.com/scholarships, you can apply and find out more about that.
There you go.
Josh says do a CW paddles. Absolutely. If there's enough interest in doing a CW paddle, I'll get Mike to create us. Or actually, Mike, I need your CW key guy. We should do a CW key that's got Ham Radio Clubhouse on it. That'd be kind of good. Because Mike did a really cool one. But
there you go.
But yeah, I mean that's what I'd love to is just promote the hobby by doing little contests like this. Giveaway stuff, because we have some amazing people that help us do giveaways like this. We need to go back and see monetarily how much money we've contributed back to the community, because we don't keep any of this. It all gets turned around and sent right back out to the community to promote it. And we've done that from the beginning. So all right, we're at 63. Should I say 65? I draw it because I said 60.
Go 65, and a whole bunch of our friends who we haven't seen in a long time, like HOA. Bob is in there. Ham Radio Crusader. He popped in. I saw Shaq and Greg. If I miss anybody, please, I'm sorry, but thanks guys for
Bob. Thanks for becoming a YouTube member.
Yeah, hey,
man.
excellent.
We appreciate that.
HOA Ham Radio, what a great idea of trying to
Yes.
help people
Love his
out
channel.
from that perspective.
Yes.
Love his
Yep.
channel. He has
We
so
had-
many good ideas.
we had
Bob's
him-
been on,
we-
on here before.
We had him last year, and he just blew us away too. It was like,
Yeah.
wow.
Awesome.
Now,
All right, and we
Jim,
got,
do you guys plan? Are you guys planning a CW course?
Not at the moment. We have an idea of what our fall 2026 course is going to be. I don't think we're quite at the place to announce it yet, but
No,
it
that's
won't be a CW course.
Awesome. Let me run through these right quick. So thanks, Misha, for 24 months of being a channel member. That's fantastic. Jarrett, thanks for 11 months. Bob, thanks for becoming a YouTube member. Thank you. Matt, thanks for being with us for 9 months. Ham Radio Crusader, 30 months. Holy
Wow.
cow. Thank you so
Getting
much. We
old,
appreciate
Freddie
it.
Mac.
All right. And JLCA 320, member for 25 months. I appreciate that. My brother, of course, member for 13 months. Thanks, Randy. And Chris, member for 33 months. That's 33 months of contributing to the Ham Radio Clubhouse.
That's
man.
awesome.
You guys are amazing. K8 KAZ, member for 4 months. Thanks so much. And we've got Jason, a member for 30 months. And, of course, Ham Radio 2, APRS for life. Member for
Who
21
hacked his
months.
account?
He's
Thanks,
such a
right?
liar. He's such a liar.
MChack TV, look at this guy, member for 10 months. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Y'all are
Thank you.
amazing. Like I said, if it weren't for your support, we wouldn't be doing this stuff. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I appreciate it. We're at 63. I need two people. So if you're part of that 123, I noticed we dropped down to Jimmy, 6 months.
New guy,
Look
Jimmy.
at that guy.
Nice.
We had
Look
him
at
on
that guy.
last week.
I
Or
did
2
some
weeks ago.
koozies for him.
Yeah.
Good
Yep.
stuff. All right. Jarrett says, where can I get the Estes, Colorado hat? Hit me up in Discord, my friend. I'll take care of you. And look at this. Thanks for becoming a YouTube member. We really appreciate it. I wish YouTube would go back to showing your actual name and not your channel name.
Yes.
But I'm assuming it's Nate in real life, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
You
so
know,
much.
every time I see Nate's name in the chat, I'm thinking it's the Nate guy that coaches you on YouTube videos and stuff. You seen that?
Dave, thanks for the 11 months.
Thank you, Dave.
66. Oh, I missed it. All right, I'm hitting the button. Here we
We
go.
can't do 66. That's
We
no,
can.
come
We
on,
can.
man.
Cannon
I
did.
said 65.
No 6'7" for you tonight.
No
That's
6'7".
PR Jimmy.
Jimmy,
There it is.
Jimmy, if you're not an extra, you got the equipment now.
I think Jimmy just got his extra with us not that long
Jimmy,
ago.
if you're an extra, you have the option. We can re-roll and give this away to someone else. It'll be the technician through extra through Ham Radio Prep. It's up to you. You can keep it if
Ham
you
it
like,
forward,
or we
he
can
says.
ham it forward.
Ham
All right,
before.
so
Good,
I'm gonna
good
draw
man.
again.
Jimmy, you're a good man. I knew that. I knew
Thank
he's
you,
a good
Jimmy.
man.
Draw again. Here we go.
Imagine drum rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Jay. It's gonna be
I thought it was gonna be Shade.
Kilo Yankee for TRK. I'm assuming that means truck. All right.
That's
I
a
don't know
fresh. That's a fairly fresh call sign.
Yeah, I don't know if you're
Yeah.
an extra or a general,
Kentucky
but
truck.
And there's
Kentucky-
always that high percentage of Fourlanders winning around here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Well, at least it's
You're
not
welcome.
South Carolina.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
I was pretty convinced that Five Land had the largest amount of hams, but fours really shows out.
Yeah.
I
All
think
right.
four-
So if you're good on QRZ, let me know, and I will will reach out to you there. Or if you will email me at hamradioclubhouse@gmail.com with your information, and we will get with Ham Radio Prep and pay for that all access so that you can move on to the next. And Ham Man says he's a general, so he needs to work on that extra. Well, now you have the free tools to do it.
And looks like he's good on World Radio League.
Good.
So you can look him up.
TRK says he'll take it. He's a general class, good on the Zed.
Ah,
Calls
nice.
of
That's what we
vanity.
like
He's
to
actually
see.
out of California.
All
Nice.
right.
Okay.
Nice. Well, I will
Well, that
screenshot
makes me
that
feel
because I'll
better.
forget it by the end of the night.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, congratulations, man. And if you haven't already, sign up for Extra by April. I would absolutely love to see that you got the course in January, you worked on it until April, and that you got your Extra by April. Tell me you can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, it's
That would be,
doable.
that would be cool. All right. What else we got, guys? We're an hour and a half into this thing. Holy cow! Really?
I think we better get a motion on the table for this guy.
Ed, remember 36 months. That's the biggest one
Ed.
for tonight. They went for 33 or 36
3
months.
years.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you so much. All right, so I'll make a motion that we accept N4BFR into the Ham Radio Clubhouse. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All right, can I get a third?
Do
All in favor?
two-thirds? Hey.
All right.
Yep.
We'll send you a bill for the dues, Jim.
Okay.
And Mo stepped it up.
Oh, of
37
course,
months.
Mo
Mo,
to one up
my
it.
buddy Mo.
37 months. Thank you
Initially
so much,
from
guys.
Connecticut. Let's just let that be known. Initially,
And now lives in South Carolina.
we
Right.
kicked him out. We kicked him out, but he's welcome home anytime.
So
now we
Wills
gotta
wants
know.
to know, where did you get the flip dot matrix for your screen back there? Did you build it?
Wills, it's called a Vesta board. VESTA BOARD. You can get them in different sizes.
I need one that for the back. Well, you can't see back there, but one that's every time we get a new subscriber to the Ham Radio Clubhouse, we should have one that so that you get that rolling update, like at London at the train station when they update the departure time.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's like.
I did no license to extra in 60 days. Look at this.
There you go.
I did no license to extra in 60 days or so watching Jim's video. So extra by April is absolutely possible. There you go. And
All right,
if,
Jim.
like I said,
You're not
Go
going to
ahead.
escape. Jim's not going to escape here yet.
lightning round.
Joe Brett, you got that finger ready?
Oh my gosh. You just want sound bites, or you want to?
Oh, come on. After
Ambient
4.5, almost 5
I
years
have,
of doing
I
this.
have a subtle pledge here. He's going to do his best. Everybody in the club's been pushing him to get it done. So there you
There
go.
you
Now
go.
you have the study material. So we'll get that worked out for you by the end of this week. We'll get that worked out for you. So you have from now until April. Work it out.
Professor Jim, we're
Okay.
going to ask you a series of questions. We don't want you thinking. Just comes off.
Just
Comes
That's
off
spit it
for the
out.
professor to do.
Okay.
First thing that
Yeah.
comes to your mind.
All
Okay.
right. Are you ready? Question number 1. Joe Brett. Oh, the production around here. You know, we're
ready.
going to have a meeting
fail.
about production. All right. All right, Jim. Chicken, steak, or fish?
Steak.
How do you like your
That's a
steak?
quick answer.
Medium well.
All
right.
He
What do
loses
you-
a couple points for the well.
What do you like on the steak? Or what do you like on the plate? If you can have anything you want, you're at the buffet table and you can add, they can throw stuff on there. What do you want?
Baked potato with butter and a piece of corn on the cob.
Oh, he wins it back.
Cool.
That's
Okay.
my favorite.
Your favorite ice cream?
Lately it's been a vanilla Dairy Queen cone with sprinkles.
That's
You guys,
all right.
you guys got Dairy Queens down there then?
Oh yeah.
Just
Okay.
up the street. It's the closest of any restaurant here to my house.
Is it a grill
Oh,
and
that's
chill,
interesting.
or is it just strictly ice cream? Yeah.
It's a grill and chill connected to a Marathon gas station.
Yeah, there you go.
That's awesome.
When you get your ice cream, do you get it as a cone or you get it in a cup? Like, what do you do?
Cone, soft serve cone normally. If I'm getting hard ice cream,
So the
I'll
sugar
get a-
cone?
I'll get a Rocky Road or a chocolate chip in a waffle cone.
There we
There
go.
you go.
All right, redemption.
Any
I
sprinkles?
love the fresh baked.
Any
waffle
sprinkles? Jimmy's, gummy bears, walnuts, nuts on it, hot fudge. Well,
Absolutely sprinkles, but I really miss a Carvel dipped cone. I used to get when I was a kid. I got
Yes.
cones that was
Oh,
dipped in the
speaking of
chocolate.
Okay.
Carvel,
I missed that.
Jim, have you ever
All right.
had?
Jim. All right, no, I got two
Jim,
questions
I
for
think Jim
him.
knows where he's going with
Okay.
this.
Do you remember
PRK
Cookie
knows.
Puss? Do you remember Cookie Puss?
And Fudgy the Whale.
It's Fudgy the Whale. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yep.
you.
We had
And
a whole conversation last week about the cookie puss because in Texas we don't have that.
because I was telling a story, and sometimes these guys think I'm making up stories. I told them I don't make up stories. There ain't no fish stories here. Everything that happened in my life has happened in my life, and welcome to my world.
Fudgy the
That right.
whale. There we
Fudgy
go.
the Whale. All right, and the other thing is, do you remember Jimmy's versus Sprinkles? Are they two separate, or are they exactly the same?
They're the same, and we call them sprinkles.
You called them Sprinkles, see?
Yep.
So
All
when
the-
you say Jimmy's on your cone, you're talking about the rainbow sprinkles?
Yeah.
Usually chocolate.
Okay.
Do you use
Oh,
chocolate?
okay.
Chocolate or rainbow?
Usually-
chocolate only.
But rainbow, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we?
I
in
got a
life?
text that says I have a recipe for the cookie puss.
Okay.
Anyway,
Next question. What's your favorite snack, Jim?
I like popcorn, panned pop from Colonel's, not microwave.
Ooh.
A little bit of oil or hot air?
A little bit of oil, little bit of oil, little bit of just a little drizzle of butter on it too, and I'm good to go. Don't tell my cardiologist.
how about kettle?
Yep.
Do you ever do the kettle corn?
Yeah, the sweet stuff.
I'm not as into the sweet popcorn. If I want
I
sweet
used to
stuff,
not
I'll
be.
do like chocolate chip cookies or something.
I used to not be, but here lately I'm the hot air balloon pilot of the group, and we go to a lot of hot air balloon festivals. And there's been like 2 or 3 of them where there's this guy that makes this freshly made kettle corn, and oh my god, it's amazing.
There's a guy that makes it around here too. That it's terrific.
Mm-hmm.
I usually don't like sweet popcorn, but oh my god.
If I'm going sweet popcorn, I'm going like caramel corn kettle corn.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
There you
There you
go. Okay.
maybe a toffee.
Jim,
That'd be good.
barbecue potato chips, yes or no?
No.
Oh, he's my friend.
Yes on
He
potato chips. Particularly, I like Ruffles or
This is our
Pringles.
first guest that says
but-
no.
No to barbecue. My wife will eat barbecue all day long. I do not like barbecue chips.
See, I've told these guys from day one, I love any type of barbecue with meat, pork,
Mhm.
steak, chicken. I don't care. But when you start doing it on a potato and you start getting into that stuff, it just never resonated with this palate. So,
No argument here.
all right.
Wow.
Joe Brett, you ready? Final question. He's not ready.
Joe Brett's got to get fired up. Yeah, exactly.
What's your favorite band?
Can I say Billy Joel? Does that count as a band
Yes,
or just a
absolutely
Yes.
it does.
Absolutely.
Because everyone overthinks it. They're like, I think 20 meters. I'm like,
Yes.
no.
Oh. My favorite ham radio band.
Well, I was going to get, well,
We'll get to that.
is
Music-
rock, are you like pretty much raw or do all your genres kind of span? Because being in the broadcast industry,
I've always been an oldies, 70s, 80s kind of guy. Those were the stations I worked at, or adult contemporary at the time was late 80s. So, I played like Dexy's Midnight Runners when it was a hit, kind of thing.
Yep. Oh my God, you made me
Nice.
feel old, but that's good.
But,
a lot of one-hit wonders there.
So that's my stuff. If you ask the musician I listen to most right now, it's Weird Al. And
Nice.
I went to his concert in June in Vegas, his most recent tour. He's coming to Orlando in June of this year, and I'm taking the family.
No,
Nice.
There you go.
I've heard he
I'm
does
sure-
a really good show.
I think
Really good
I
show.
think I know this answer. Then you must remember Dr. Demento, then, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yes,
100%.
I
He was
remember
on,
Dr. Demento.
Dr. Demento.
Yeah.
Most of the radio stations would play him at midnight, usually on a Saturday or a Sunday night, and I don't know why. Because it wasn't really on the edge, but it was just totally different.
Yeah.
Totally different.
I remember Casey Kasem too. So
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
there you go.
And Bob Kingsley before Bob passed.
And it's funny.
He did the country top board.
It's funny with Casey Kasem because on Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings when I'm driving to work on Sirius XM on the 70s channel, there he is. It's almost like he's still alive.
Mhm.
It's just
awesome.
and we have the long distance dedication from Roger, who's over in Germany, in the United States Air Force. He wants to send this to his love Becky in Bakersfield, California. It's or whatever, he'll tell you this was the top hit from 1978 in the summer of July.
Right.
It's just, and I'm like, oh my God, I remember this stuff, and it's
Yep.
like, wow.
Were you fans of the greatest storyteller ever, Mr. Paul Harvey?
Yes.
Paul Harvey, that's right.
I was familiar with him, but I wasn't really a Paul Harvey.
I spent a lot of
fan
time
follower,
driving
whatever you
from
wanna say.
coast to coast.
I caught him
And
later
now
in
you
life. I
know
caught him later in
The
life. And now
rest
you
of the
know.
story.
Yeah.
Right. I caught him later after the big phenomenon with him and everything.
Yep.
It was kind of weird.
Yep.
But
I like him. If you ask me, like, what radio personality do I like the most, it's Don Imus, and I can go into a whole reason why, but it's Don Imus.
I'll have to debate you. I'm Howard Stern.
Well,
I'm a Stern fan.
I grew up with the ability to listen to them both when they were on WNBC.
Yes,
so
correct.
I
It was very weird. You're absolutely right. It was very, very weird. You know, Imus in the morning and Stern in the afternoon. And
Yep.
I mean, and I go back to when Stern was here in Connecticut on WCCC.
CCC.
And I ran. All right. So, what's your favorite ham band? What do you like? What's your favorite mode and bands or bands? Period.
I'm 20 meter sideband. 20 meter sideband is the one I would pick the most. But I have in the last few weeks, I've been doing 10 meter FT8 and I've been enjoying the hell out of it. So
you ought to try sideband on 10. It's fantastic.
Oh, I had previously done a lot of sideband on 10. I just decided, you know what? I haven't done FT8 in a while. Let's try that. And I've really been enjoying it. Someday I'll learn CW. I've been saying for 18 years. And every time I buy a key, I've probably got 5 keys, but I've never learned CW. I keep saying, well, if I buy this key, this will make me learn it. And the Begali folks like to see me coming.
Oh,
yeah, it's funny you said about 10 meters because when 10 starts to shut down, as when we get down to the end of the cycle, and then you go into the next, still, it's kind of sad that it's just not. You know what I mean? It's one of those bands that you really kind of wish would just stay open a little bit more for us, or at a regular, for 11 years straight. Can you just kind of hang in there? Change if you want, but can you still kind of be open? I mean, we still have some local 10 meter nets that are still kicking around here.
You asked me like an hour ago if, I wanted technicians to have more HF privileges, and that would be the reason why, because 10 meters kind of is by the time the people complete this next round of lessons, which goes from 2026 to 2030, the 10 meters is going to be fairly dead. And so I would like them to have a little more opportunity on HF. So
then what would do it for you then? What if we gave them, as an example, what if we said from 14,225 to 14,250? If we gave them 25K, is that a tease? It's not enough, or 230 to 270, or maybe 310 to 350? What is there a happy medium somewhere? Maybe
I'd probably stick them up at the top of the band. If I was putting them on 20 meters, like 320 to 350 or something like that.
How about 40 meters? Would you put them on 40?
I wouldn't.
Probably not.
But why not? Because there's no DX maybe, or there's no longer distance.
I don't know. I'm just
throwing stuff at you.
I'm not up for expanding it to begin with. I mean, I'm not really advocating for that. If I did, I'd probably only go as far down as 15 meters just to give them a little more taste. But I really think that, 20, 40, earning that with general is not a super hard lift.
Yeah.
It's work, but it's not, it's not a major lift compared to going for extra. So I feel like there's an opportunity there just, to get in there and study. Now, maybe I would. I'm the guy that
subjected to 7.2.
45. Well, yeah, you're right.
Oh, good stuff. Well, we've got about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
Jim, is there anything you'd like to let us know what's upcoming with yourself or with M Radio Prep? Anything you'd like to promote on the show tonight?
I will say, like I've mentioned, we're working on some Parks on the Air stuff, and we've been publishing a lot of YouTube stuff for Parks on the Air. We're going to kind of put that all together into a course coming soon. So people will be able to get their HF on, their POTA on from that perspective. So excited about that. We will be at Orlando Hamcation, and I definitely like it when people come by and see me and say hi. And everybody likes to get selfies with me for some reason. So let's get selfies going. I don't know. To me, I think I got a face for radio, but let's get some selfies going. I
wasn't going to say it, but there were several comments that you made that when you switched to working for TV, they kept putting you back behind the scenes. Were they trying to tell you that you had a face?
No, that was a personal choice more than a.
I kid. I can.
I really enjoyed. I was a program director at a TV station, and I really enjoyed we've got to put something on to counter them kind of challenge perspective of that.
Cool.
That was definitely in my wheelhouse. I
got another question for him.
Strategic.
I got another
Jake has a
question
voice
for him.
for CW.
Jim, without mentioning a radio manufacturer name,
Okay.
do you like the current selection of HF radios out there? And if you don't, not particularly care for them, but what would be the Jim radio for like features or size, power, tuner, no tuner? What would be if you had to design a radio and there'd be no complications on the back end of building it?
I would like a radio similar to the ICOM 705. So that has HF 2 meter, 70 centimeter.
Shack box.
But 100 watts with a tuner in a
There you
similar form factor. I realized that it would need to be a little bit bigger. And maybe, hey, Jim, you're talking about the Yaesu FTX1 or whatever that is. But that's what I would like.
Well, remember they kind of had that with the 706 Mark II G. Well, Mark II, and then went to the G, and then it stopped for some reason, and we don't for whatever reason, whatever corporate reason, and which really surprised a bunch of us.
Yeah.
So, but I love my 705 too. It's just that once again,
I love the stuff Flex makes. I love the stuff Elecraft makes. My bias is, I guess, a little bit higher end, but I've got as many ICOM radios here as I have the other stuff. So, I'm not. I started with the Yaesu. I've got Kenwood handhelds. I just, I like the good stuff.
You like it all, though.
Yeah, I like it all. I have 17 handhelds, and there's actually one in a box waiting for me. And the UPS delivered today. It's the new one from Bridgecom, the new DMR radio. I'm going to be testing out to talk about.
That's cool.
Because every year we publish a top 5 handhelds. And that's really the first new one that's come out since we published our last list. So I'm going to put it through its paces, and you'll probably see me with it at Orlando when we get down there.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, since the show's gone on tonight, we've got 22 now signed up for the
Yay.
Very cool.
the Extra by April. So thank you so much for those of you who are participating. If you haven't, just do it. Come on. It's not that hard. We can do it. We'll help you.
You can do it.
Links for Discord down below. That's our virtual ham radio club. We have a channel down there that is solely Extra by April. If you have questions about something you don't understand, put it in there. There's almost 1,000 people. Actually, Joe Barrett, was it 1,015 last time we looked?
Something like that. Let's
So
see.
there's over 1,000 people in our Discord that are there active. There's a lot of active people in there. If you've got a question about something you don't understand, reach out. We'll take care of you. We'll find somebody who's got that answer for you.
1,104 is the latest.
There you go. That's a big Discord. So links down there for that. Ham Radio Prep. Also, thank you, Jim, for coming on and
my pleasure.
Tonight.
A lot of fun.
It's been an opportunity to get to know you. We appreciate that. Congratulations to KY4TRK for the All Access. Remember to use KO4AFL until we talk to the folks at Ham Radio Prep.
There you go.
Come on, I'll take that commission check back.
We have an exam session coming up. Will be the 26th of January. So if you are already ready to go and you're ready to take your test, over at is it hamstudy.org where you can see the testing session?
Yep.
Okay. So you can go there, or you can just go into Discord. We've got a link where you can sign up to test, and we'll got plenty of VEs in there for you. But yeah, we would like is all 22 of you, if you would test with us. If the fourth Monday doesn't work for you, we'll set up a special session, and we'll there's plenty of people in Discord that'll come VE for you. Reach out.
Absolutely.
In Discord, or just email us, hamradioclubhouse@gmail.com.
Don't be bashful.
We want
Do
to
not
see
be
you,
bashful.
We want to see you succeed. And you have until the end of April. But I want to see you. I want to see all 22 of you done before April so that we can celebrate all 22 of you in the month of April. So that's all I have for tonight. Izzo, what do you got?
Winter Field Day. We have a big banquet on Saturday night. Jennifer and I got to get all. I don't know what we're going to do
Black
with this.
tie.
No, fire department Class A. So it's very, it's a formal thing.
He's got a face for the
I have a face for doing
for the 2 meter net.
For doing traffic control. You don't see me.
Oh God.
No, she is just naturally beautiful. She can put anything on. She looks good. Me, but depending on what time we get out of here, I may slip into the tent here on Saturday night and do Winter Field Day. If not Sunday, I will be in here. I'll be W1FYG 1 Oscar. Just haven't decided whether I'm going to do 100 watts or if I'm going to do 10 watts or 5 watts. I think for QRP. So whatever, we'll figure it out. It doesn't make a difference. We're going to have fun. So that's what I got going on.
Awesome, Joe Britt.
Yeah, that's the same as before.
As always, the same as always.
What are we talking about?
What do you got coming up? Because we're almost done for the night.
Are you lasering, man? Are you doing any lasering?
Man, I'm doing some lasering. I am. I just signed up for counseling.
Laser Anonymous. I mean, what's going on?
Yeah. So I just Shane. We was talking about this whole legality stuff, and Mississippi gives free counseling. I'm like, sure, call me, answer my questions.
Right.
And so anyway, yeah, got a few orders coming in. Doing some hats and stuff and fun little laser stuff.
Good.
There you go.
Jim, Joe Brett and I are new to the laser engraving community, so we're making stuff like this. Joe Brett's making the pocket-sized.
Do you do flat caps?
I can do anything.
Okay.
We can do anything. I made this yesterday.
Nice.
Someone was asking about Estes Park in the chat, but I made that yesterday.
Those colors were beautiful.
Isn't that cool?
Real nice.
Yeah.
Koozies. The man makes koozies. He does it all.
Joe Brett's got the great license thing. If you need
I had a good run
really
of
cool
the
metal cards,
like your wallet size license cards.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a few of those. Some people had some great ideas that had GMRS license too. So like we did their hem license on the front and made it pretty, and did the GMRS license on the back. And then Shane come up with a good idea of getting thicker cards and that don't bend. Which good thing about the thin size cards, I'll say again, is you can put those in your wallet and you don't even know you added something to your wallet. But if you like a thick card that don't bend and can sharpen as a knife and whatever, those are good choices too. But so yeah,
can you do the card? Can you do the card that in case you need a screwdriver, you need to do a pop open beer or soda pop?
If you put
you got the notches
card that he's got, if you put that to a knife sharpener, you can cut fruit with it.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. I need
my cigar. You cut my cigar for me.
If does anybody still use the little card holders that you would like? They got the sticky back to them. And you put them on the back of your phone case or put them up on your sun visor or something.
I've seen people use them, yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got a sack full of those, and I need to.
He needs to push
the offload them to somebody.
He needs to offload because this is what happened. We learned this in the last show. He went somewhere. Somebody was giving them away, and now he.
Yeah, so
now he's trying to give them away.
I got a local friend that was done very well in the laser business, and he's added to his hobby / business, and is kind of getting away from doing the hats and stuff. So I bought his hat press, and he loaded me up with some of his products as well.
Cool.
So anyway,
you're a busy man.
If you sign up for Ham Radio Prep after this video, put a comment in this video when it because this will go from a live stream. It'll show up as an on-demand video. Put a comment in there.
Don't forget to use the discount code
and use
that's right.
Yeah, if you're listening on the podcast too,
even when we go to the podcast.
It'll
be up in a few weeks, I promise.
Jim, when this thing goes to podcast, it just explodes like crazy.
Awesome.
Dale Farger says Sounds like Joe Brett bought a mystery box. Yes.
Yeah, for $100.
But let me.
What were you saying, Jim?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll have to get it in my podcast catcher.
You
There
can
you
get it anywhere you can find podcasts. You can find us. It's Ham Radio Clubhouse, and it's
I am gonna add
basically
it.
we take this show and I do a little bit of editing, and then we put it.
Now
out on the
listen.
podcast.
Now listen. When you're on that Florida super highway, I don't want you getting pulled over by the Florida
Laughing
Highway
too
Patrol.
much, I swear.
Yeah, just tell them you're listening to Clubhouse. That
There you
should
go.
get you. The
That
first
get me
one
through?
is the first one that they kind of will like. All right, go. Just go easy.
Okay.
That's cool.
I finally
That's
went
cool.
through all my leathers.
I like
That's
that,
all-
Joe.
That's all the leathers I have. No, I
I
did not
like-
mess up on the camo one. I just decided instead of using 2 squares like I did on the pink to show that I could do a light engrave or a dark engrave, I just kind of cut it off halfway on the camo. But
Jason's asking for a link. What link are you asking for, Jason?
I'm in. I got you in my podcaster.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
Podcast
us.
is a few weeks behind because I try to edit a bunch of them and release them on Sundays at 8 a.m. Central Time.
Okay.
All right,
So-
Steve, what you got, man? You gonna make any videos anytime soon, Mr. Super Tuber?
I am working on a video. Need to get some equipment back to a company. But
Is it
Other than
Icon?
that-
Did you get the same one as Joe Brett?
no, not the same one.
you ain't sent yours back yet?
May or may not be.
That RMA, that RMA is somewhere, isn't it? He just
Nice.
kept.
I sent
I just
mine
got-
back and still ain't put the video up.
I got to do some extra videos for it. So
Well, the man's been sick for 3 weeks. We need to cut him.
and on travel and
right.
all sorts
mean,
of work crap. So
Well, we will
Migraines.
forego the doctor's note this time.
okay.
Okay.
Are we though? Anyway,
Anyway,
Other than
All
that,
right.
no, nothing else going on.
perfect. Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. 251 shows for the Clubhouse. Last week was
That's
our
great.
250th show. So, yeah, that's nuts.
we got a
Jim-
5-year anniversary show coming up in March, you
Yeah,
guys.
that's gonna be a big one. That's
It's gonna be a big one.
We're
5
gonna have a lot
years.
of fun with that. I'm gonna empty out the rest of the piggy bank so that we can get that old money out. Get ready for
Beer
some new
snacks.
money.
Beer snacks gonna lose all his hair.
He just had a heart attack already.
Mhm.
Anyway, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. Appreciate it. 7-3. Have a happy
7-3.
winter field day.
Don't
and
everybody be
extra
safe. Have fun.
bang,
Great.
bro.
Bye.
Stay warm this weekend.
Bye.
There's a button. 73.
Please make a note. He did not like barbecue potato chips. He's my